How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the LAIR. And today I have a historic best of one deck for you. I call this one Demonic Stormcaller. But before we get into it, I just want to say if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. It's free to you and helps us out so much. Also, feel free to drop me a comment, talk about strategy, deck ideas, misplays. I read the comments daily. And if you have any friends or family that are into Magic, please share the channel with them. Also, something new I'm able to offer to my new followers or subscribers on either my YouTube or Twitch channel. Just reach out to me in the comment or the chat after you've subscribed or followed, and just say something like, hey, I just subscribed or followed, and I can respond with an in-game code that you can use in Arena to unlock a mystery gift from Wizards. So very excited to be able to offer that. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Let's hop into it. So this is a SULTAI deck. The main combo pieces is Scarab God, Vraska, Golgari Queen, and Demonic Pact. Demonic Pact, we just get a lot of benefit out of it for 2 to 3 turns, and then we can just sacrifice it to Vraska to gain a life and draw a card. Also, hopefully building up to her ultimate, which can just win us the game on its own. But we'll get into all the cards, and then we'll talk about it again. So on the 1-drops, we have the full play set of Thoughtseize. Sorcery speed. Target player reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card, and you lose 2 life. Onto the 2-drops, we have 3 copies of Sea Gate Stormcaller. She's a 2/1. And when she enters the battlefield, copy the next instant or sorcery spell with converted mana cost 2 or less. If you cast this turn when you cast it, or if she was kicked, we can copy that spell twice and choose new targets. We have 2 copies of Gaea's Blessing. At sorcery speed, target player shuffles up to 3 target cards from their graveyard into their library and then draw a card. And then when Gaea's Blessing is put into your graveyard from your library, shuffle your graveyard into your library. I put this in here originally just to protect us from the mill that's out there. I'm sure there's many rogue decks running around with mill, so this helps protect us from mill. But with Sea Gate Stormcaller, we get some interesting synergies, not only being able to bring back multiple things from our graveyard if we can kick her, but still being able to bring 6 cards back for 2 land and drawing 2 cards is pretty awesome. So it gets pretty cool. It gets pretty interesting. And then that way we don't have to worry about sacrificing permanents. Also, we can sack God-Eternal Kefnet over and over and over because he never dies, and he'll just keep coming back, so that's another cool trick. But anyways, 3 copies of Assassin's Trophy. At instant speed, destroy target permanent an opponent controls. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card and put that onto the battlefield, then shuffle their library, which this card also synergizes with Sea Gate Stormcaller. Imagine being able to destroy 2 permanents for 4 mana. It's crazy. And then, like I said, if we can kick it, we can destroy 3 permanents. And then finally, 1 copy of Torment of Hailfire. Sorcery speed, repeat the following process X times. Each opponent loses 3 life unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card. Onto the 3-drops, we have 3 copies of Maelstrom Pulse. At sorcery speed, destroy target non-land permanent and all other permanents with the same name as that permanent. So more added protection, but also can help us if we're facing like a tokens deck or something like that. Yeah, so great card. Also can be recurred with Gaea's Blessing. We're running the full play set of Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. Because he fits so nicely into the deck, and it's just a busted card. I'm pretty sure it's going to be getting banned next week, so that's why I'm hopping on the Euro train while I can. But anyways, he's a 6/6, and we sacrifice him unless he escaped, and when he enters the battlefield or attacks, we gain 3 life and draw a card, and we may put a land card from our hand onto the battlefield. And then later on, we can escape him from our graveyard by paying his escape cost and exiling 5 other cards from our graveyard. Onto the 4-drops, we have the 3 copies of God-Eternal Kefnet. He's 4/5 flyer. His static ability says, you may reveal the first card you draw each turn as you draw it. Whenever you reveal an instant or sorcery card this way, copy that card, and you may cast that copy. That copy costs 2 less to cast, and then when God-Eternal Kefnet dies or is put into exile from the battlefield, you may put it into its owner's library, 3rd from the top. So many synergies going on with this deck. Not only is he basically a mortal 4/5 flyer for 4, which is amazing by itself, but he can help us copy all of our instant and sorceries. So imagine if we play a Kefnet Eternal 1 turn. On the next turn, we have a Sea Gate in our hand and maybe another instant, but we draw into like something like a Maelstrom Pulse. So it's going to only cost 2. We get to copy it for free, or copy it without actually, getting rid of the card. We're just making the copy. So we cast that for 2, destroy target non-land permanent. Then it goes into our hand. We have a Sea Gate. If we just cast her and then cast it, we're still getting 2 activations. But if we can kick it later in the game, it becomes 3 activations, and it's just absolutely retarded. So a lot of synergy there. And then 3 copies of Demonic Pact, an enchantment, and at the beginning of our upkeep, we choose one that hasn't been chosen. Demonic Pact deals 4 damage to any target, and you gain 4 life. Target opponent discards 2 cards. We draw 2 cards, or we lose the game. Now, obviously, you say, well, why are you playing that card if you have, it says you lose the game on it? Well, we're going to be sacrificing it to Vraska, hopefully. And then, if we're in a tight situation, we can kill it with one of our own kill spells, but we'll usually want to sack it to Vraska. Which brings us up to our next card, Vraska Golgari Queen. She comes in at 4 loyalty, and her +2 ability says you may sacrifice another permanent. If you do, you gain 1 life and draw a card. So like I said, we're going to be sacrificing the Demonic Pact most of the time. Another cool synergy there, we can sack a Sea Gate, or if it dies, we can sack him, or we can even sack the God-Eternal Kefnet, like I said, to get card draw. And then later on, we can bring back our Sea Gate Stormcaller with Scarab God, but we'll get into that later. So her -3 says, destroy target non-land permanent with converted mana cost 3 or less, can hit artifacts, enchantments, anything that's annoying. Her -9 ability, which is what we're more interested in, is you get an emblem with whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. So just an amazing card all around. And then on to the top end, we have 2 copies of Elder Gargaroth. He's a 6/6 with Vigilance, Reach, and Trample, and whenever he attacks or blocks, we choose one. Either create a 3/3 Beast token, gain 3 life, or draw a card. And then finally, 3 copies of the Scarab God. He's a 5/5, and his static ability says, at the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses X life, and you scry X, where X is the number of zombies you control. And then we can activate his ability, exile target creature card from a graveyard, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. And then when the Scarab God dies, return it to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. So he's also very hard to kill. He has to be exiled to be dealt with. But we are running 3 copies just in case that does happen. But lots of synergies here. For one, God-Eternal Kefnet is already a zombie, so we get that added benefit. If we have 2 of these on the thing, we're able to scry. And then being able to scry with, where is it? The Sea Gate, or with the God-Eternal Kefnet, because you're scrying, so you're going to be looking for that instant or sorcery that you can copy, in this case mostly instants, that we can copy to deal with the situation. So we're getting that scry action, looking for our defensive spells, which is really cool. Opponents also getting pinged for life. And then, like I said, later on, we can even exile our own Sea Gate Stormcaller from our graveyard, bring it back when we have even more mana, and copy like a Torment of Hailfire for a lot. It's really cool. I forgot to mention with Elder Gargaroth, the creature tokens, we can pump out creature tokens if we have a Vraska to get that added gain life and draw a card effect as well if we need to. So very excited for this deck. I'm very excited to see what it can do. Before we get into the land, let's check out our converted mana cost is 3.1. We're running 15 creatures and 26 lands. And the lands I chose were 2 island, 2 swamp, 2 forest, 4 Drowned Catacomb, 4 Watery Grave, 4 Overgrown Tomb, 4 Woodland Cemetery, and 4 Zagoth Triome. I was thinking about trying to squeeze in some of those new lands from Zendikar Rising, but I figure I don't want to mess with the lands. I think I just want to play a normal mana curve deck for now. I might end up changing it later, but so yeah, let's hop into some games. Let's see how we do. Very excited to try this deck out. And I got very lucky opening up 3 Stormcallers over the last couple of days, so I didn't have to use any of my wild cards, thankfully. Alright, our first opponent is Strike Fury. So we have a Thoughtseize right off the bat, a God-Eternal Kefnet, and a Uro. I think we'll keep this. See what kind of deck we're up against here. Okay, so we're going to shock in our Overgrown. It's mono red. We might be in trouble here. So he's going to shock the face. I think that's the most dangerous card, so we'll take care of that. Ro can help us stabilize. Gonna love this Kefnet. It's gonna be a great blocker for us. Cavalcade, okay, that's gonna be a nice target for Vraska. There's a Scarab God. Okay, so let's go ahead and play Uro. Put a land onto the battlefield. Next turn we can play our Kefnet. And then hopefully start going off. So he draws into another Chandra's Pyroling. Okay, stop the bleeding here. Hopefully we can get enough defense where we can get out our Scarab God. Non-combat damage. So now we can't even block him. We have to block him. So we need to draw into a, yes. We need to draw into a, fortunately, we just got ran over by mono red. Cry every time. Hopefully we can have a more exciting game next turn. Alright, so we've got a nice 3-lander here. Assassins, Kefnet. Yeah, we'll keep this. Don't mind doing a Thoughtseize on turn 2. Aegis Turtle. Could be a, yeah, this is a, it's like, sound the alarm deck. Maelstrom Pulse would be nice. Alright, well, let's see here. Let's Thoughtseize first. If we take away the wall, we don't want him scrying anymore. So if he gets lucky and draws into something, oh, there it is. That's the card we were looking for. Nice. Okay. So let's do this. Let's do this. If he draws into another one, then we lose. You know, what can you do? Trying to play some games here. We might end up having to go into historic, ranked. Okay, another Ox. He doesn't got it. Cool. Draws into another. Let's gain some life. We'll drop our forest. Would love an Elder Gargaroth. Would be nice. Are we giving up because you don't have a high alert? Sorry about this, guys. Alright, so he's not sandbagging us, hopefully. There's a Vraska, that's nice. So we'll save Sea Gate Stormcaller until the next turn. Hopefully, if we draw into. So is he sandbagging us? Then next turn we can play our Vraskas. We'll leave the Aegis Turtles in case we draw a Maelstrom. High alert. Alert. I think if he had it, he would have played it, right? Wow. Cool guy. Very cool. Alright, so what do we do here? We can do we do Sea Gate? Let's get the Pact going, I guess. Jesus. Thank God. Sorry about that, guys. Come on. You could do it. Nice. Alright, let's keep going. Okay, so this turn we have only a 2-lander with no green source. We're gonna mulligan this. This looks a little bit better. We can drop... I guess we can drop a Sea Gate for now. Or do we keep the Sea Gate? So we'll keep this, we'll drop the Sea Gate. Lead off with our Zagoth. Draw into a Thoughtseize, that's nice. Let's see what we're up against here. So we're looking for big shit that we can't block with God-Eternal Kefnet and other permanents over. This could be dangerous. Oh, don't. All right. Alright, so we got a nice 3-lander here. We have a turn 1 Thoughtseize. Iuro, we'll keep this. Oof. Take away his card draw, right? Here we'll play Watery Grave. Play out our Uro. We'll drop our Zagoth. Go into Assassins. Very nice. Love a Maelstrom Pulse here. I think we get out the Scarab God. Nice. Oof. Pretty cool combo with the rattle chains. Got the Demonic Pact. We're gonna save Vraska. I'm sure he has counter spells. Yep. Definitely got a counter spell, surely, right? Tough to play those type of decks. I cry every time. Alright, so let's try this again. Haven't really got to showcase the deck actually playing a decent game. Oh, okay, this seems horribly slow. I don't know about that. That seems horrible. No Uro to help us ramp. I think we're going to mulligan that. So we will keep, and we will get rid of Gaea's. Lead off with the blue-black. Okay, Ujin, definitely want to get rid of him. Take Maze Mind, and then we'll go back in for Ugin. Sorry, man. I think we're going to play the Demonic Pact now while we have an opening. Always got to wait that one turn. I think we will draw 2 cards. Perfect. Get the Golgaroth out there. We need to find a Vraska. So here we will Uro. See what you got. Let's take a peek. Let's get rid of that. When in doubt, always take the rarer of the card. That's what I say. Got a lot of card draw built in, that's for sure. Got his Fae. I think we take Soul. Okay, we need to draw that Vraska or we're dead. Dead, right? Good game. So this is the first rendition of this deck, so maybe we have to make some adjustments here. Now that we played a few games, the mana base seems great. We want to be drawing cards before, so we have card draw with we need to find room for extra Vraska. Definitely don't want to take out our Uro. We can go down to 1 Gaea and add enough. Let's try that. Just cut down that and we'll add 1 more Vraska. Maybe even 1 less Stormcaller. Let's go down to 1 more Stormcaller and add 1 more Golgaroth. Let's try that. No, don't start that. Alright, I got time for one more today. Hopefully we can play a decent game. Either get my ass utterly kicked or people quitting. Or killing myself. That was unexpected. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 ways that we can get rid of permanents in our deck, and there's only 3 copies of Demonic. And we were drawing cards. Alright. Got nice land, but this seems awfully slow, so we're going to mulligan. We do have an early Assassin's Trophy. We'll keep this. We'll drop a Gargaroth. Now both of our other lands come into play untapped. Sorry, I got like this little gnat flying around here. Okay. Opponent plays Fabled Passage. Fabled Passage on turn 1 is good. Where are you going, Bruce? Oh, okay. Try and close the door, thank you. Okay. And we'll leave up the... We'll hold up the Assassin's Trophy. Blue-white flyers. I think we want to get rid of this, right? Might as well.
Daddy, we need a little food.
Okay, thank you. This is where we could have used our... But having a Vraska out is nice. He's probably going to play one of his bigger flyers now, like the Imperium Eagle or something. I'm not sure what kind of type of flyers deck Sovereign. Sky Cat. Okay, let's play out our Vraska first since we have another Vraska, and we'll hold out the Maelstrom for when he plays multiple copies of stuff. So we will definitely kill this. Cool, it still dies.
Pity we couldn't have been allies.
And hopefully we can stabilize once we get a Golgaroth down. It's like never draw a Vraska before. You put the extra copy in, you draw every copy in your opening hand. There's the Imperium. Okay. This will be nice against this deck. And then we still have a couple of options for backup. Come at me. So what do we do here? I think we take out you. Okay, as long as we don't have a counter spell. And we'll play this tapped. No attacks. That's such funny art. The Maelstrom Pulse is nice. And we'll hold up the mouth. Don't quit! Damn it! Alright. Well, my apologies.
You won, right?
Yeah, but my apologies, friends. We didn't really get any real decent games in to see the deck go off. But I played it quite a bit in the stream and in practice, and it does some pretty crazy things. I think I'm going to play with it in this modified version, where we can reliably curve out into an Elder, and drop down to that 1 Gaea's and the 2 Sea Gate Stormcallers. I think that's about right, and also adding in the 4th Vraska. So I will be posting this deck list in the video description. As always, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. It's free to you and helps us out so much. Also, feel free to drop me a comment, talk about strategy, deck ideas, misplays. I read the comments daily. And if you have any friends or family that are into Magic, please share the channel with them. And don't forget, if you're going to be a new follower or subscriber on either my Twitch or YouTube channels, just reach out to me in either the chat or the comments. Say something like, hey, I just subscribed, and I can respond back to you with a in-game code that you can use in Arena to unlock a mystery gift from Wizards. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.